Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the February 27th edition of Carolina Week.
We'll tell you about a special Carolina connection to the Democratic Senate candidate Kay Hagan's campaign.
We'll show you how Dance Marathon kept these Tar Heels on their toes.
In sports, we'll give you a new take on an old sport.
Winter's back, but will it stay around? Weathercaster Johnny O will let us know.
All that and a crazy construction conundrum. Carolina Week starts right now.
From the James F. Goodman Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, connecting campus and community, this is Carolina Week.
And welcome to the Wednesday edition of Carolina Week. I'm Sarah Huffman.
And I'm Adam Rue. Thank you for joining us. A teenage boy is the victim of Orange County's third killing this year, and another teen is behind bars after a shooting Monday afternoon. Chapel Hill police have charged 17-year-old David Earl Ellis Jr. with first-degree murder. Crews took his 16-year-old victim from the crime scene on Johnson Street to UNC hospitals. Hospital officials said he passed away there late yesterday afternoon. Ellis appeared in court yesterday in Hillsborough. Carolina Week's Lib Curlee joins us live in the studio. And Lib, this is just the first step in a long legal process for this young man, isn't it?
That's right, Adam. Those charged with felonies are required to appear in court within 48 hours. David Ellis, pictured to my left, heard his charges of first-degree attempted murder in court yesterday. His case is classified as continued, and he'll remain in jail without bond. On March 10th, he'll be able to ask the court for bond.
All right, Lib Curlee live in the studio. Thank you.
Business owners in downtown Chapel Hill are concerned after a string of recent break-ins. Sugarland was one of the businesses hit, and it was only the bakery's fourth day open. The vandals didn't take anything, not even a tasty treat, but they did break the front door. Owner Katrina Ryan says she was lucky and hopes officials make some improvements to make downtown more safe.
I would like to see more foot patrols. I would like to see some more lights on this block of Franklin Street. It can get a little dark at night, especially here at the bus stop where there's lots of people kind of around all the time.
Managers have reported 15 incidents of breaking and entering or property damage to downtown businesses this month. And here are some numbers those business owners won't like. Carolina and Duke are high on a Reader's Digest list tracking crime on campus. The numbers come from 2004 and 2005. Both universities are in the worst category on the list. Most of the reported crime was nonviolent. There were 69 burglaries and 18 vehicle thefts at UNC in that time period, and numbers at Duke were similar. Violent crime was also about the same. Those categories include murder, forcible sex, assault, and robbery.
Candidates hoping to run in the state's May primary and November general election have until Friday to formally enter the race. So far, just 2 people are running for the area's congressional seat. Democratic Congressman David Price is running for re-election to his seat in the U.S. House. If he's elected, it would be his 11th term in office. Provided no other candidates file, Price's lone opponent in the general election would be Republican B.J. Lawson. On the Senate side, GOP candidate Elizabeth Dole is running for her second term in Washington. Her Democratic opponent will be either Kay Hagan or Jim Neal. Hagan represents the Greensboro area in the state Senate, and Neal is a former businessman who lives in Chapel Hill. But these candidates aren't the only ones blazing the campaign trail. Our Carla Babb is in the newsroom with more. Carla?
Adam, campaigns are filled with staffers, interns, and volunteers. But for some volunteers in the Kay Hagan camp, the campaign trail runs very close to home.
You're taking them both at the same time.
Meet Carrie, UNC student by day,
had this really big business law test.
Campaign volunteer by night.
And then right after I got out of that test, I went home, took a shower, and then drove 2 hours to Fayetteville.
But there's something else about Carrie. She's
I have the privilege of introducing my mom, Kay Hagan.
not just any volunteer. And as the candidate's daughter, she couldn't be more thrilled for her mother.
I'm so excited. My family has already taken a very active role in the campaign. My brother, he's full-time working on the campaign. My sister is going back and forth working on the campaign. And I'm doing what I can here in Chapel Hill to help encourage students to get out the vote and vote for Kay.
Senator Hagan officially filed for candidacy this week. and she says she's thankful for her family's involvement.
My 3 children have been very instrumental in encouraging me to run for this office. It's truly a family affair.
For now, college calls Carrie away from the campaign, but she says she'll be interning after spring semester.
My mom was just saying, Carrie, why don't you just work for me this summer? And I was like, okay. So I'm going to be working full-time for her this summer.
And it's not just the hugs that bring Hagan's campaign to campus.
If you look at what's happening now, not only in North Carolina, but across the country, the youth are energized, they're committed, they're understanding what's going on, and they're really doing their research.
And Carrie says she's living proof that Hagan reaches out to college students.
She kept me active, that's for sure, on all the state issues going on, and hopefully now we'll know what's going on the national level, and she'll be able to come back from DC and say, look at this crazy bill.
Carrie says that while her mom might ask her opinion about a bill, she won't be helping make policy.
Carla, thanks. Hagan faces an uphill battle. Even if she wins the Democratic nomination, she would then have to defeat incumbent Senator Elizabeth Dole in the general election.
Just weeks after being elected as a student representative, Andrew Coonan might be forced to resign his position. Coonan is set to become the next CAA president, but a DWI charge from December could prevent him from taking office. Coonan's case is pending legal and honor court decisions. His next court date is April 15th. A visit from an Olympics representative has some Carolina students gearing up for a trip to Beijing. On Monday and Tuesday, 35 students went through their final stage of testing to be chosen as media volunteers for the 2008 Olympic Games. Students listened to audio clips and took down flash quotes, wrote match summaries, and participated in group discussions about Olympic sports. Ji-Chung Shu was pleased with the students' performance.
All the 35 students I've seen on the evaluation sessions here is very impressive. They have done a great job there.
The students who passed the testing will leave in early July to participate in the 7-week program. Many of us will be watching the Olympics on TV, but television as we know it is about to change. Starting next February, television stations nationwide will be required by federal law to shut off their analog signals. Most viewers won't see a big difference. The 80% of Americans who already have cable or satellite TV won't have to make any changes. The rest will have to purchase converter boxes. If you'd like to know more about how to get a converter box, log on to our website at carolinaweek.org.
Some North Carolina high school students now have a better idea about what a journalism education entails. The Carolina Association of Black Journalists held a minority journalism workshop for North Carolina high school students during the weekend. The students learned about voice and diction and studio crew positions. They also put together DVDs of mock television shows. Several journalism professionals also helped out with the workshop. 4 local high school students could face suspension after administrators discovered a cheating plot last week. The students had a master key to Chapel Hill High School, which they used to find tests and answer keys in teachers' offices. The students say the key has been passed down through the graduating classes for several years, but school officials haven't verified the claim. In a press release sent out Tuesday, a district spokeswoman said the tests in question are teacher-written and not standardized tests from the state. Students haven't been charged with any crimes. Well, love can make you do some peculiar things.
But coming up, some new insights into how your sense of smell can affect your relationship choices.